Hey there, so today we have another review. This is a beer from Wicked Weed. This is Pernicious IPA. I've reviewed this quite a few times already. It was on buy one, get one at Publix, so obviously I picked up two six-packs. The other beer that was available was Dr. Dank, I think I want to call it. Their Pineapple IPA. I don't know about that. I know this is a world-class IPA, so I'm reviewing it for you guys. It actually, cool stuff. They have on the label, Silver Medal at GABF 2015. I'm honestly surprised this beer doesn't win more if they're still submitting it. It is dang good. It is honestly quite the world to live in, that the shelfy IPAs that I have are like really good. Like, unfortunately they're all like macro produced, but we're talking about like High Lie, Pernicious IPA, Allegiant Space Dust is actually really good. Are there other good brands? Even the Cryo IPA was really good. The Cryo IPA from New Belgium. Anyway, let's dig into this guy. Look at that head being created, like long-lasting, big head. Well, it almost looks like a Belgian beer. Honestly, it looks almost like a Duvel or something kind of like that, right? Very pale beer, crystal clear. Not quite straw, but like a light gold color, I would say. Maybe a little darker than light gold, but crystal clear. Beautiful, fluffy white head. Let's get the nose on this guy. Coordinated, you know, blah, blah, the big drop that they do everywhere. This is not as fresh as I prefer, but like a month fresh. Yeah, like 2 to 8 month fresh. So, like, really good though, still, like a month. And they produce it all the way in Asheville. Oh, wow. They're producing out of Asheville and Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Curious what facility they have in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Huh, I don't know. Yeah. First thing I noticed is that like allium, onion, garlicky thing. I tend to enjoy that sometimes, like a little bit. Like it's nice spice of life kind of variety. Not everything has to be like grapefruit, blah blah blah, and pine. Not everything has to be mangoes, peaches, and passion fruit and pineapple. It's nice to just get like a little variety, a little spice of life of aromatics of IPAs, right? It's actually quite aggressive. For people that don't like the allium thing, you're not gonna like this, which is like it literally smells like you ever like cut garlic, and then like your hands like it's that like it's fresh garlic. It's very garlicky. Usually get a little bit more fruit character on this guy. It's got a little bit of this kind of like floral element going on. Wow, really? Wow. Usually it's got a little bit more fruitiness and a little bit more complexity going on. But it's, I guess this lot of hops they're using is very onion garlicky, very garlicky. Garlic for days. Cheers. Okay, so now the fruitiness comes in. Yeah. So up front, they use all the cheater hops in here. The beer is honestly not as fruity as I remember it. Up front, I get berries, right? I get like like blueberries. You get tasting because like in the end, like blueberries are really not that quote unquote flavorful. Like if you make blueberry pie where it's like added like pumped up with sugar and all this like other stuff, it can be quite sweet, and blueberry flavor is quite like sweet and candyish and blah blah. But actual blueberries are like, you ever just like eat the flesh of a blueberry? There's really not too much flavor to it, right? Like compared to the impacted flavor of like a raspberry or a strawberry or other fruits possibly involved. Floral element definitely comes in. The beer is really not that bitter, bone dry, really nice dry beer. Beer's got like a nice kind of like medium plus bitterness to it. Honestly, it sort of reminds me a little bit of like a Belgian ale, like a hoppy Belgian ale. Despite looking like Duvel, it has a little bit of elements of that, right? Light fruitiness up front, dry beer, beautiful head. Definitely not as carb as that beer. That beer is dumb carb. I think that beer is probably carb up to like 3.5 or something ridiculous like that. And that beer is a little bit hoppy. It has a little bitterness too. So if you like these kind of like pale, dry, drinkable Belgian ales that have a little bit of hoppiness to them, you're gonna like this beer. I guess Terrace Bulb is also quite bitter as well. But yeah, it's hoppy, but it's not like punch you in the face, kind of like American. It just doesn't specifically like throw me to America immediately. America, you think of like Sierra Nevada, West Coast, blah blah blah, or you could think of New England. It does sort of like neither of those. Actually reminds you a little bit of Pacific Northwest. So you get a little bit of fruitiness up front, a little bit of pine, a little bit of soil, definitely a little bit lingering kind of like brown soiliness going on. Definitely blueberry for days. I'm just trying to like grab onto more fruit that this has, and as I think more, it's got a little bit of exotic fruit character going on. So I'm thinking like lychee, longan, starfruit, like a little bit of that kind of like, again, like fruits that are not super punchy, but like flavorful. Like again, they're not like fleshy and ripe and dripping and super, big flavor fruits. They're more a little bit more nuance going on. So blueberry, longan, lychee, starfruit, kind of like maybe a little bit of kiwi in here too. A little bit soily, bone dry, medium bitterness. Very nice. Honestly, I've definitely had like really smacking batches of this beer. Maybe I'll review it again. Like again, I have 12 cans of this stuff, so try it again for you guys. But this one is okay. I'm gonna go crazy for it. 91 Pernicious IPA from Wicked Weed. Let post the comments below. Have you guys had a recent batch? But I've had this beer and it smacks like super good, world class. But until next time, guys, cheers. Let me think later.